final rider straight through the start line. She's now on the clock. Sends that young horse Ruby, big long-legged horse, out around the first obstacle, which is the rein pattern, the circle pattern. Just watch those horses' ears, checking back with the rider, checks forward, checks back. Every slight change of control that Fiona gives that horse through the seat, through the leg, through the rein, the horse checks in with her just to make sure that that's exactly what you want. There's a lot of verbal cues going on out there. Very passive and hidden. We can't see it from the sideline, but I can assure you there's a lot of verbal cues going on with horse and rider. Not just Fiona and Ruby, but all the competitors over the weekend. Straight through the water box, the dead ball combination. Kicks that hip, lines our horse up perfectly for the side pass to the left. Great demonstration of getting that leading leg off the horse's side. The further you get that leg off the horse's side, the less hindrance the horse has. Moves freely through that direction. They term opening the gate. Let the shoulders and the hips move across. Fiona just guiding Ruby through the centre of the laneways. This is where very difficult manoeuvre of getting the horse out of the laneway, pivot on the back hip. Shoulders turned around, square to the pole. Again, that leading leg well away from the horse's torso. Straight through to complete the side pass obstacle. Ruby coming up the first of her rollbacks. Sits down, drives the rump down to the ground. A little bit of a bounce there, that's heavy ground to do it on too. It's not the perfect sliding conditions. And also a very young horse, not an experienced horse, not a seasoned horse. First year of competition, first finals. So we'll see great things out of this horse in the future, I'm pretty sure. Fiona just take the time, make sure rope management is essential. She knows she can catch, she knows she can rope, she just makes sure that she gives herself every opportunity to do it properly. We'll do straight round the orange drum. As I said, not much need out of the ranches to rope orange drums, but certainly in extreme cowboy racing there is. If you haven't practiced at home on roping the orange drum, you should go home and do so. Let's have a look at this rope and lope. Look at the circle, ever decreasing, that horse moving into the centre, that rope, the tail just being fed out right to the end. And then straight out without hesitation, left at the right time on the right leg, the right lead. Rides that horse round the free ride, opens her up. As we saw her daughter Georgia do, look how they ride these horses. Loose reins, let the horse stretch out as much as they need. They know they can shut the horse down just by their seat and their legs. Stay off the mouth as much as they can. The judges certainly will like seeing that display of horsemanship. Slows Ruby down. Very calm for a young horse. Fiona, just make sure she's got enough rope out on that sled before she takes a gully. There's a risk that the horse can step over the rope and come up under the flank. So Fiona's just taking it steady. She wants smoothness rather than speed at this obstacle. A little bit of splash, not a lot. That certainly would indicate to the judges that drag was done in the controlled conditions. Moves across, picks up the dryser bone. She's got a lot of faith in this horse. It's not going to shy, so she just hangs it out to the side. That's easier for me rather than lay it across my saddle. Just complicates the matter. A lot of things in horse training, horse competition, the old KISS principle, keep it simple. That seems to work together. Now we saw George and we saw Lee take the big jump. Fiona says no, young horse, we'll do the middle jump. That's what the judges have asked for. And certainly a lot of air underneath, so certainly a capable jumping horse. Got some quiet confidence in the ability of this horse to stand still. Once again, stands there. A little bit of movement of the feet. It's disappointing, but certainly didn't run away. It was pretty much left where Fiona had got off. Picks up, looks across the figure 8. So he gets the lead change right, gets the horse round the left side, round the figure 8 into the right side, and round to the left. Moves across the shoulder, head straight down to the unsaddling point. Jumps off, strips the saddle off Ruby. And Georgia waiting there eagerly to be picked up. 2 more obstacles in this final race, this final round of the 2022 National Championships. Big saddle, small rider, big horse. Makes for a difficult combination. No problem for Fiona, straight back on that young horse. Spare a fork for all these riders riding bareback. That horse has just done a lot of hard work and generally will be sweating there. They get out of a dry saddle and dry clothing, straight on the wet back of the horse. Can be an uncomfortable experience. So we saw this horse earlier in the non-pro and the saddle double ding, didn't quite like the second rider on the back. Wanted to put on a bit of a bronc. Calmer heads prevailed. They said, well, we're not going to shoot out of the gun on this one. You just get on nice and passively. We'll let the horse walk around. It's better have a slow trip back to the stadium than a fast trip in an ambulance to hospital. Remember, this is a young horse, even though it's competing in the pro level, still is training run for the horse, the exposure for the horse. Certainly don't want to give the horse a bad experience by bullying it too much. It's a very smart move there from Fiona and Georgia, just by letting that horse walk around. They know they're on the clock, they know they're damaging their time. As I said, it's more important to keep the mind of the horse settled. That's exactly what they did. Now they'll take Ruby and move her straight across into the bridge combination. That horse short-footed over the narrow bridge. Fiona was a bit of a sigh of relief and just said, well, that was the hard bridge done. Let's pick up the tempo a little bit. Confidence in the horse will go over all the bridges. Then she looks for that homeward run and then she crosses the finish line. Round of applause, Fiona.